Citizens of Shawland, welcome back to your weekly radio adventure, courtesy of Ongoing Space Race Incorporated, sponsored by the Keepsake Universal Multitool. For tonight's program, let us take you to a small town in central Shawland, just off the dusty interstate highway and away from the buzz of speeding convertibles. In this little roadside town, we come upon the region's pride and joy, a family greenhouse and florist shop that has stood for generations, beckoning families and travelers alike. What do these green walls be hiding in the vines? What does this town have to hide from travelers? You are about to find out. Once again, I am your host, Alice Vandra, and don't adjust your set, because we are about to begin tonight's premiere episode of Horror in the Weeds!
Redford Family Greenhouse. This is Willow speaking. How may I help you? Yes, we will be open for our normal hours, come rain or shine. The storm is bearing down on us, however, so if you're at all worried about it, I'd recommend you come another day. You're most welcome. Thank you.
Folks sure are worried about that gale, aren't they, Miss Willow?
Well, this area doesn't see storms like this very often, Sage. How is that arrangement for Mrs. Kettle coming along?
It's just about there. Adding a few yellow roses was a stroke of genius on your part. Excuse me, Ivy?
Yeah?
Would you go back into the greenhouse and fetch me some lily of the valley?
I don't know where those are.
I've got some right here, Sage. I'm coming. There you go. Is that enough?
That's perfect. Thank you, Audrey. Ivy, surely you know where this flower is grown by now. Our customers ask for it by name all the time.
I'm new, remember?
Ivy, dear, you have been here for a month.
3.5 weeks to be exact.
Exactly my point. You can only use the newbie excuse for so long. Come along, I'll show you again.
This is your Workday News Bulletin, WCBM. As you leave work and start your commute home, be very wary of that thunderstorm rolling in. Meteorologists have warned that it could be a doozy, with power outages across the region, so make sure you stay safe on the roads. In other news, detectives are still investigating the recent string of mysterious deaths in the area. The bodies found have no distinct markings to suggest foul play, but the range of ages and relative good health of the victims raises concerns for investigators. This area has not seen such an uptick in mysterious deaths in decades. This has been your Workday News Bulletin, WCBM.
Gosh, when I moved to this town, I never would have expected to encounter something like that.
Well, Audrey, you've been getting along so well in your first few weeks. You seem to be a great addition to the family.
Oh, I'm just loving it here. Everyone is so kind, and I do love working with the plants.
We can tell. We're happy you and Ivy have joined us, and to think none of us had even met you before you stepped in the store. Usually the townsfolk know everyone around here. I mean, we've known Ivy pretty much her whole life. That's why we put up with her.
I'm just so glad you've all been so good to me.
Would you turn that racket down? No one comes into a greenhouse to listen to the radio man go on about death.
Well, you know, most of you are just the kindest.
Oh, Mr. Redford means well.
Does he? I feel like he hates us all.
It's not that he hates anyone, it's just that, well, remember, this is his family's legacy. He wants to make sure it's taken care of properly. Can hardly blame him.
I suppose so. Wasn't his sister supposed to show up today? To fill in for Joey now that he's been left?
Yes, you're right. She hasn't been back since she was very young, so maybe she got a little lost. Wouldn't be hard to do out here. There isn't even a cell phone tower for miles around.
Hi there. I'm Audrey Redford, Forrest's sister. I'm here to start working.
Audrey Redford, oh, it's so nice to finally meet you. Forrest has told us so much about you.
That's kind of a shocker. Only good things, I hope.
Of course. Come meet the family.
Oh, look, another Audrey. I'm Audrey Cash. Nice to meet you.
The prodigal sister is here at last. I'm Willow, and this is Ivy.
It's a pleasure to meet you all. I'm happy to finally be here. That rain was threatening to send me into a ditch.
Well, we're glad you're here safe. We hope you know how to deal with your brother.
So, how are we going to differentiate between the Audreys? I guess I'm the first Audrey and you're Audrey the second.
Absolutely not. My sister is the first Audrey, no question. At least as long as I'm the boss around here. How are you, darling?
Better now that I'm here. Gosh, I haven't seen this place since I was a kid.
I've built it back from ruin, haven't I?
Of course. You've done great, Forrest. It looks amazing. How can I help out?
Well, why don't you come into the back office? It's almost closing time for everybody else, but we'll stay late while I show you the rooms.
Of course, but can I get to know the team real quick? I've never met these folks, remember?
If you insist. I'll make some coffee. We'll be here a while.
Wow, he never mellowed out, did he?
He runs a tight ship, that's for sure.
I suppose I can't blame him. Our grandfather opened this place a couple decades ago. He was a Space Force veteran who really needed a change of scenery, and this has been in our family ever since. Forrest and I have such fond memories of it growing up, playing in the greenhouse when the sprinklers went off.
It's undeniable what an impact this place has had on this town. I just love when people stop by off the highway and I get to show them this beautiful little oasis. It's the crown jewel of this town.
That says more about the town than anything else.
Ivy!
It's okay. I wanted to get out of this town as a kid, too.
No kidding.
Oh no, the storm finally caught up to us.
Oh, Shaw! What happened to the lights?
Seems the storm has taken out our power, Mr. Redford.
Shaw! Good thing I got the coffee before it shut off. Well, don't expect to go home tonight.
What? But I need to...
You expect me to stop the rain for you, little girl? Everybody be quiet and figure out where our blasted flashlights and lanterns are, so we can set them up around the store.
He can't keep us against our will. That's kidnapping.
Well, no, it's not. But look, if we could get away, I'd say go for it, but I think we're stuck. Look at that rain, Ivy.
You wouldn't want to drive home in this, sweetheart.
Ugh. Fine.
I'd better check on the arrangements left in the cooling unit.
And I'll see what happened to the temperature gauge in the greenhouse. I think one of the generators is back there anyway. Maybe I can restart it.
Well, should we look for the flashlights? They might be behind the reception desk here.
Good thought.
Ivy's got quite the spirit, in case you can't tell. She's the only one who has the guts to stand up to Forrest. The rest of us just fall in line. No offense.
Oh, none taken. I'm sad to see that Forrest has gone further down this path since I left town. I think he gets it from the other men in our family. Grandpa definitely instilled the military way of life into all of us. Some of us bent to the pressure to become him, and some of us cracked. In case you can't tell, I cracked.
Seems like you're a lot better off for what it's worth. And would you look at that? A box of lanterns. Oh, there's only a few, though.
Well, I hope you're right about me, but you know what? I think there might be a few more flashlights and lanterns in the utility closet in the manager's office. Let me go check. Ow! My toe! How foolish. I really thought I'd remember this building so well I could get through it in the dark. Clearly, I was wrong. Forest? Huh. Good thing I have my keepsake universal multi-tool with flashlight. Here we are. The manager's office. Utility closet should be... Ah!
Are you all
You
right?
all right?
Hold on.
Oh my God! Forest!
And there you have it, dear listeners. Our heroes find themselves in a terrible predicament. On this stormy night in a florist's paradise, with no power and very little light, the body of one of their own has been found. How did Forrest Redford die? Was there any foul play afoot? What will become of these gentle gardeners? And is there a killer among the daisies? Tune in next week, radio detectives, to hear the next installment of Horror in the Weeds!